You have to leave.
Yeah, man, sorry.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm OpticalWander and I use the hashtag OpticalWander over on Instagram where you guys can show me your work. Now, if you're not subscribed already, maybe consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. Now, the hoodies, they have, the first people to receive them have received them, which is amazing. I'm going to be reposting any photos that you take using a hoodie or any of the garments from OpticalWander. I will be reposting on the Instagram page opti.uk. The link is in the description. Go and give that a follow and I'll repost your work as long as it's got the hoodie or some sort of merch in it. I'll be putting it on there. Also, the link to those is in the description. It's been a bit of a crazy week getting everything like packed up and sorted and sent out to you, but finally got there in the end. And it's just honestly such a surreal moment. So if you have bought one of the items, I am honestly so thankful and so grateful for you supporting the community. And if you'd like to support the community even more, then yeah, links in the description. Today we're going to be talking all about panning shots. Now, they can be notoriously difficult, but we will get to that. Okay, I'll get to the panning shots in a minute, but I've got to go to DHL's office. I've got a delivery that was supposed to come today. They said they knocked at the door, but I was obviously home all day. So we have to walk an hour along the beautiful canal to go and get it, and then we'll go to the panning shots. Okay, that is the parcel retrieved, but I'll get into this at the end. But let's go and do that panning shot in town. One of the reasons I've come down to Mayfair is like typically because there tends to be like some nicer cars down here. Being able to show companies and you know, brands and stuff like that you are able to take these kinds of shots really does help. Now, I'm going to go through how I do the shot and that type of thing, but there are a couple of different places you can shoot. Now, when you are shooting, it's very important to take into consideration your background. You don't want to get the subject lost in the background. So you don't want to shoot, say, a car, which is going to be the subject today, like a white car with a white background, because it's going to get lost in that process. You want a contrasting colors, like one I posted on my Instagram yesterday, 2 days ago, which is this one. You can see, although it's not a panning shot, you can see the good contrasting colors. So let's go and run through the shot. I'll show you how I do it, show you my process, and we'll go from there.
One of the reasons I like this spot is, one, not only is like you've got that good framing here, you've got that nice like bright background, but you can see kind of what's coming in the distance, so you can prepare yourself because you know what's coming. A lot of the time you kind of get like mixed up because you don't see it coming, so you're like quick, and then you miss the shot. So you know what, this is like literally the longest I've ever waited. Only like 2 hours now. I'm not even, you've got the nice Ferraris, which is great, but I feel like I'm going to be here like literally all night. And I think it's safe to say this spot is not working. It's not working at all. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Cars are nice though.
Okay, that is one of the downsides to shooting in the city, because sometimes it's unpredictable. I'm going to go to some of like the most normal kind of like touristic places to do some of the panning shots, because the whole point of this video is to show you that you can actually do this pretty much anywhere.
Now I'm heading down towards Piccadilly because it is one of the
like busiest places, and you've got that really cool backdrop of like all of those like billboards and advertisement signs in the background, which give that, like when you're doing a panning shot, it gives those nice colors and contrasts in the background.
The traffic lights are just going. There's this guy on the bike, so I've got a bit of time to set up. I'm going to put it on 40 and hopefully get him as he goes past. Then I'm going to go into portrait, zoom in to 35mm, and then as he goes past, just going to pan with him, trying to keep that speed, the same speed as the bike or as the subject is moving across the frame. Like I said, it is quite difficult to match that and keep up with it sometimes. However, the more you do it, the more you're going to get used to it, the more you're going to get comfortable doing it, and you're going to be able to get those shots. So hands down, this is definitely one of my favorite places to come, because like I said, you've got that billboard there, and then you've got the cars that either come past you here, or you also have the cars that go down there and down that side street there. I tried to go for things like bikes and cars, possibly people running as well. Now, something like a London cab like this here is definitely something that you can do, because it's very iconic, you know, it's very iconic for London. And that's definitely one thing that I would like suggest. If you're going to a city that has something like specific, you know, like buses like this, or you have something like, you know, a car or anything on, you know, something specific to the location, then I would definitely suggest shooting it, because it makes sense. Okay, so cyclists going past now. Let's get this guy. Nice. Now, obviously, when you're shooting cyclists and stuff like that, you are going to get some people look at you. Oh, it's just myself. All I'm doing is just taking pictures. I did see you look and I've deleted it.
Yeah, you have deleted it?
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because we're in a public space. It's okay to take pictures of people as long as you're not making any money from it.
Right.
But if people obviously come and say, you know, can you not take photos of me? I've deleted it for you. I saw you look anyway.
I was just going to say, I thought I'd just come back and check. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind that.
No, don't worry. It's not for any sales or anything.
All right, okay, nice, mate.
No worries, brother. But you're in a public space, so don't worry about it. You know, you are within your rights to take pictures of public, as long as you're not making any commission from it, or you're not making any money from that specific image. You're totally fine. So if you are out doing street photography and you're a little bit worried about that side and that factor of it, don't stress about it. You're totally within your rights to take pictures of people in the public. If people do come over to you and say, hey, can you delete that please, then obviously you just delete it and say, sorry, I'm just taking photos. It is weird, obviously, like I'm stood in the middle of Piccadilly Circus. There are people around me. They can physically see that I'm talking essentially to myself. You know, I understand the whole sense of feeling awkward, not feeling like comfortable in a way doing it, which I totally understand. But it's something that you're going to get used to. You're just going to like slowly get over it and just accept that people are going to look at you, and not to worry about them, and just kind of just get on with your shoot and what you're doing. Right, I'm happy with the amount of photos that I have, like at the moment. So let's jump into the edit. We'll have a look at how they come out, and then we'll also jump into Photoshop to run through that tutorial on how you can fake it as well.
I'm really happy with the way that all of the photos turned out that I took today, but that wasn't really the point, like the actual photos themselves. The point of the video today is trying to teach you how to do it. So we'll just run through quickly. Again, some of the basics that you need to know when you want to do a panning shot. So one of the first things you need to do is to keep a steady hand when you're panning. You can either take the panning shot landscape or portrait. Personally, I use portrait for Instagram. And you literally just pan. So if the subject is moving across the frame at a certain rate, you are trying to match that as you pan across. Now you set it to maybe like 40th of a second as a shutter speed, like I mentioned during the video. The reason you do that is so the background's all nice and blurry. So you're tracking that one subject and everything else is in the background all blurry, and the subject is nicely framed and shot and perfect and lovely. Now you've seen some of the settings and you've seen some of the photos that I've taken on the screen while I was talking about that. But I was talking a little bit about faking it. Now the way that you can fake it is if you have, say, a stationary car and you wanna kind of spice it up a little bit and put a bit of motion blur with Photoshop. Really simple, easy thing to do. All you have to do is drop the photo into Photoshop. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and click Command J or Control J, and what that'll do is it'll duplicate the layer. Then on the top and go to Filters, then go down to Blur and then Motion Blur. Then you want to make sure that the little diagonal dimension thing is facing the way that you would like it to. Therefore, it is pointing in the right direction that you want the blur to be. So this one, I want it to be going sideways. So I set it to sideways. Click done, all finished. You can see now that you have two images. One is all motion blurred and the other one is not. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna take a mask tool. So you're gonna put a mask tool on the original one and you're just gonna mask around bringing that motion blur in. It's really simple, nice, quick, simple, easy tutorial, and honestly, it's one of the things I found really easy. So what was that package that I went to go and pick up from DHL? First of all, I want to say a massive thank you to Polar Pro for sending this out to me, because it's absolutely amazing. I used it in that shoot. It is the ND filter that I was using, and it is the Polar Pro variable ND filter, which is the Peter McKinnon signature filter, which, might I add, is amazing. Just gonna give you a little sneak peek, but we're gonna get into this in Friday's video. But that's for Friday's video. We'll get to that. But I will say it's amazing, but we'll have a look at that on Friday. Let's jump into the hashtag and see which photo catches my eye. OpticalWander. Okay, there we go. 22,900 posts. Let's go to recent. Let's throw a screen record on so you can see what I'm seeing. And it is on. Okay, let's have a scroll down. Okay, first shout out obviously goes to Big Savvy One with this photo wearing the Create More Stress Less hoodie. If you'd like one, the link is in the description. Let's have a look at another one. Scroll down. Let's scroll down a little bit. Oh, I like that one. It's got a lot of depth in it, from T. Ryan Elliott. That's really cool. I like that one in Canary Wharf. It's a great shot. Okay, scrolling down. A light bulb one. I am Mary Lau. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I am Mary Lau. That might be it. I'm sorry if it's wrong. Throw a like on that. I love the colours. Absolutely majestic. Scrolling down, some portrait work. That's really cool, from My Fabulous Destiny. Good effort. Like that a lot. Let's do one more photo. Let's have a look. There's some. Oh, look at that hummingbird. That's really cool. From Christina A Photos. That's really cool, and I like that a lot. I remember seeing a bunch of hummingbirds when I was out in SoCal in LA. It was quite cool. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about how to do panning shots. I want to see you guys try some panning shots in the hashtag OpticalWander. I want to see, you know, everybody have a go at it, and let's see what you can come up with. It is pretty hard sometimes, and even honestly, I took so many photos because I was out like all night and all morning trying to get as many photos as possible, just to have them as well, like for content. But yeah, not every photo you're gonna get is gonna be nailed. So if you start off and you're like, oh, for God's sake, and it didn't work, it's okay, it's fine, because I still can't nail it every time. And I actually don't know if there is a photographer out there that can nail it every single time. If they can, that's just impressive. With all that being said, I hope you've learned something. Create more, stress less. If you'd like a hoodie, link in the description, and I'll see you in Friday's video at 5:30 p.m. Peace.